Your E is vexing. No. Today is vexing. Serious vexing. February. Well, 10 more minutes. It's only 8:47. That time is fast.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Just prepare for the rest of it.
Yeah, I have my PowerPoint here.
Ṣáwọn èèyàn máa rí PowerPoint yìí náà àbẹ́yìn nìkan lẹ́wọ̀n máa rí.
No.
Ṣé kò lẹ́yìn fún wa ṣó?
No, I'm not showing myself. I'm not going to show the PowerPoints. I'm not putting camera on.
Okay, so just the PowerPoint and your voice.
I don't want to record. Cold. Oh, it's so cold. What's going on?
Okay, let me. Congratulations on the trip you won. And now perhaps it's appropriate discussing retaliation. Now the North Chiefs has been assuming bombs and work with terrorism for the second wave. Now we are second wave headed back at least
Man, this rain is making someone cold, man.
George. Actually, I'm not protected.
I might as well just get water so I don't keep coughing. Hello, thank you for coming on. I can see D and Slatter. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be starting in a few more minutes. So let's just hold on and wait for some other people to come on. Please tell me where you're from. Say hello. I've sent a message on the chat just to say hello to you guys. So let me know where you're from. Miriam, thank you for joining. Christy, thank you for joining. Miriam, Slatter, D, thank you all for joining. Let me know where you guys are from. Say something on the question box. Tell me where you're from. Good evening. Serbia. Wow. Thank you for joining. Where are the other guys from? So we've got 4 of you in the room. D, where are you from? Miriam, Christy. D from London, same as me. Okay, that's good. Thank you for coming on, D. Hope you guys have had a good day. I'm not sure what time it is in Serbia. I know we're 9 p.m. here in London. Not sure where everyone else is from. Let me know how your day's been. Looks like someone's okay. Christy. Christy, say something. Let me know where you're from. Thank you for joining me on this webinar. Just trying to get to know where everyone's from and how you guys are doing. So where did you guys find out the information for the webinar? Was it on social media? Did you get an email from me? I wish webinars were okay to actually let you hear someone's voice, but I don't think you can do that on this. You can only type. Oh, you're using your phone for the first time. Oh, wow. Okay, it's 10 p.m. So you're 1 hour ahead of us. All right, thank you for coming on. We're going to be starting in about 2 more minutes. In about 2-3 more minutes, we'll be starting and kicking off. Okay. I'm still waiting for Christy to say hello and tell me where she's from. Oh, Christy's gone. William, thank you for joining. Is that William? Let me know it's you, bro. Miriam, where you from? Hello, William. Oh, it's your first time to connect on a webinar. You've never been on a webinar before. Wow. Okay. I really hope you enjoy this one. So, William, where are you from? I think Christy's left the building. Okay, yes, William from Italy. Wow. Thank you for joining. Hello, Miriam. Okay, you called me pastor, so that means I know you. For you to call me pastor, that means I definitely know you. Good evening from London. Okay, so it's 9 p.m. right now, so we might as well get started, and anyone else who comes in will join us. Okay, guys, so thank you for coming on the webinar with me this evening. I hope it's going to be of value. I know I'm going to bring a lot of things to you, and I really hope you have some notes. Get a pen, get a notepad, and make sure you take some notes down, because there's lots of information that I'm going to be sharing with you. So once again, thank you for joining me on this webinar. How to write your book fast, the 3 successful keys to writing your book now. Secrets to unlocking your ideas and becoming an author in 90 days or less. Okay, so who is Tunji Ogunjimi? Well, they call me the book author coach. And the reason why is because I've helped people with their books, basically. So, okay, Tunji Ogunjimi is an author, speaker, book coach, pastor. That's why someone said, good evening, pastor. Preacher and a worshiper, which is I lead praise and worship. So I'm the director and CEO of TL Consultancy, which is a book writing coaching company where I help people get their book out of their head onto paper and into a book within 90 days. I'm like I said, I'm a pastor, so I lead a ministry called Glory Realm Ministries, whereby I go out and I teach and I lead worship. And I'm an author of 4 books now, not 3, which I'll be sharing with you. So that's a nutshell of who I am. And I'd forgot to put my twin sister's picture on there, actually. I am a twin. I was born in London and grew up in Nigeria for a little bit, but came back to London and I've been in London ever since. Okay, so these are my books. I've authored 4 books. My first book is Glory Realm Worshipper, which it took me about 2 years to write this book. 2 years it took me to write Glory Realm Worshipper because I didn't know how to write a book at the time. And I just started writing. I just started writing and writing, and it took me forever. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have no structure to my writing. I just went on my laptop and just started writing. And it took me about 2 years to actually finish this book and, make it into a proper manuscript that needed to be published. And after that, I had to sit down and, tell myself, okay, what is the best way to write a book? What is the best way to write a book? And after that book, 2 to 3 years later, I don't know why it took me that long, but I just decided not to write a book for a while. And I published my second book, Glory Realm Living, which took me 90 days. About 90 days when I really sat down to actually do it. But I had all the information already because of what I do. Like I said, I am a pastor, so because of my preaching, I have lots of notes and I've written lots of things down that has helped me to gather all my information for my books. But in terms of writing the actual book and getting the manuscript together, it took quite a long time because I did not have a process to writing a book. But for my second book, it was a shorter period than my first book. And then after my second book, I wrote The W in You, The Worshipper in You, which took me less than 90 days to write. Because at that time, I had a formula to write in a book. And it's a short book as well. And my newest book, How to Write Your Book Fast, which is the title of this webinar, took me less than 2 days. Yeah, less than 2 days it took me to write that book because it's a very, very short book that shows you how to make sure that you get your ideas out of your head onto paper and in a book. It's a systematic book that shows you step by step the guide that you need in order to be able to get that book out of your head onto paper and into a book. Just to say thank you for the rest that's come on. Everyone else that's come onto the webinar, thank you for joining. Thank you very much for coming on. And do say hello. Let us know where you're from. Those that are on the webinar already have said hello and told us where they're from. So please say hello on the chat box and let me know where you're tuning in from. Okay, so those are my books. So my last book, How to Write Your Book Fast, is a systematic book that will show you all the steps you need to take in order to make sure that you get your book done. You get it out of your head onto paper, onto your laptop, and you write your manuscript within 90 days and you publish your book. So we move on from there. Okay, so 80% of people want to write a book, but they never ever get started on that journey. They never ever get started on that journey. So many people have said that they want to write a book. They've told themselves, someday I'm going to write this book. Someday I'm going to sit down and put pen to paper and get this book out. But they just never ever get started. Can someone tell me, do you know what the reason will be why someone never gets started on their book? Just say something on the chat. Why wouldn't someone get started on their book? Let me see the answers that you have. Why people wouldn't get started on their book. because that percentage is very high, 80% of people. So why wouldn't someone get started on their journey to becoming an author? Fear, procrastination. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Fear, procrastination. There should be more. There should be more that stops people from not wanting to go on. Don't know how to go about it. Yep, that's true. Lack of know-how and structure. Yep, very, very true. The perception of lack of time. Wow, that's a good one. Okay, so what is stopping you from getting started with your book? I'm going to put out a poll. So what is stopping you from getting started with your book? Some of the questions or some of the answers that were just said are not on air. I just put these three for now. But what is stopping you from getting started with your book? So it could be time. Someone did say lack of time. Is it lack of funds? Or is it because you're too busy working or you're too busy running a business? Okay, I'm going to end the poll now. Wow, 50-50 is 50% each. So 50% time and 50% work and business. It's amazing how people say they don't have time. It's something that I've really thought about, and I'm thinking, why do people say they don't have time? We all have the same 24 hours as everyone else. You know, when we look at successful people who have written books, they have the same 24 hours as we do. You know, so if someone like probably, let's say, Anthony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, they can sit down and write their book, then we can sit down and write our book as well, because everyone has the same amount of time, but it just depends on how we manage our time. If we manage our time properly, then we can get that book out. We can actually sit down, structure, and make sure that that book is written within a certain amount of time. And when it comes to work and business, it's the same thing. If you manage your time properly, I know, yes, we're all busy with different things that we're doing, but if we manage our time properly, then we could actually, you know, scale our business and our work and the amount of time we want to sit down to be able to start writing and getting that book done. So thank you guys for answering that. Thank you so much, and let's keep going on. Let's keep going on. Okay, so the 4 phases to your book. The 4 phases to your book. So like I said, people say, oh, they don't have time. That's because we've not sat down to understand that there's a structure to writing a book. So this is what I use for my book. This is the structure I use. Understanding that phase 1 is planning. You need to first plan your book, because your book is not written, it's first engineered. Your book is first conceived in your mind before you even start writing. So you need to first plan your book, and then you start writing your book. So phase 2 is writing. Your book must have a focus, understanding that you need to understand how to write the book and gear it towards where it's going. Phase 3, design. Have your own style. Create the book that you want. Make the book look the way you want it to look. Let it represent your personality. And once that's done, the last phase is publishing, knowing your route. What publishing route do you want to take? And making sure that you actually go and you publish that book. So these are the 4 phases to writing your book: planning, writing, design, and publishing. So make sure you note that down, guys. Planning, writing, design, and publishing. When it came to my last 2 books, I had to sit down and plan that, okay, this is the book I want to write, and this is how long I want to take to write that book. My last book, which I just said how to write a book, it took me about 2 days to write it because I sat down, I planned what I wanted to do, and I was able to start it and finish it within 48 hours. So planning is very, very important when it comes to writing a book. If you don't plan, then don't bother starting to write. But make sure you plan, then you can start writing and you'll be able to finish your book on time. Okay, so why write a book? Why write a book? Many people want to write a book just because they want to share a message to the world. They've got something that they need someone to air. You have great value and information that needs to be shared. You want to make impact with the message that you have. You want to increase your credibility and your visibility. If you're a business person or you're probably someone in ministry, you want to increase your visibility and your credibility with a book. A book also establishes you as an authority and an expert in whatever field you're in or in whatever field you are writing about. And because of a book, you're able to go on TV, on radio, on be on in magazines, and also you're able to become a public speaker just because of a book. You also attract new and more clients, and you expand your business. You expand your horizon just because you have a book. With my books, as you can tell, they are Christian books. Only my last book is not a Christian book. And because of my books, I've been able to travel internationally. I've been able to speak at different events just because I have a book. And because of my book, I've been branded as the person that speaks on worship and speaks on the glory because my books are around that subject. And now that I've written a book on how to write a book, I've been branded on being a book coach. So your book could brand you and also make you credible and visible. So the 3 success keys to your book. First, you need to find an opportunity. The second, acquire knowledge. And the third, take action. These are the simple success keys to making sure that you get your book done fast. Find an opportunity, acquire knowledge, and then take action. Find an opportunity, acquire knowledge, and then making sure that you take action. So just before we go on, what are your book writing struggles? Before you can find an opportunity, acquire the knowledge, and take action, what is the struggle that you have with the particular book that you have envisioned that you want to write right now? Let's take this poll. So you don't know where to start, you have writer's block, or you're stuck and you just can't move on. Laziness. Okay. Laziness. Wow. That's the first I've heard. Anyone else? Let's take the poll. Let's take the poll and then I'll share it. Okay. Wow. Everyone says writer's block. Wow. Okay. 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 Writer's block. How do you overcome writer's block? Okay. So we're going to talk about that. Okay. Let's move on. So the 3 success keys to your book. First, find an opportunity, acquire knowledge, and then take action for you to be able to overcome the writer's block. Once you do these particular things properly and you succeed with these keys, then you wouldn't even have the writer's block because you'll be able to flow with your writing. So, opportunity. When it comes to opportunity, you need to first find out what you want to write about. So what is the opportunity that you have seen that you want to write about? So first of all, you need to explore your passions or find a gap in the market in your particular space. Those are the 2 keys within opportunity that will help you know your why. When you explore your passion, find a gap in the market and understand why are you writing that book for that particular gap, then you've found an opportunity to write about. You found a successful opportunity to write about. So starting off with your passion gives you great ideas for your book. So you can you can get a piece of paper right now as you're watching this webinar. You can get a piece of paper right now and write down 3 to 5 passions that you have. Just write down 3 to 5 passions that you have, and also you can share it on the webinar. Write down 3 to 5 passions that you have, and you can share it on the webinar while I'm going through it. Okay, then you need to now look into your space. What space are you in? Is it personal development? Is it spiritual? Is it finance, health, business coaching, relationship building? Or is it career promotion? What space are you in? Look into that space and find a gap in that market. So if it's finances, you can probably find a gap in terms of what is holding people back from being financially free. If it's health, why are people obese and how can they become more healthy? And if your passion is probably singing, you can write about how to capture an audience with your vocals. So find an opportunity that you can write about that will give you a kickstart to starting with your book. Making sure that you have an opportunity, you've found your passion, and you found a gap in the market, and you understand why you want to write the book. So once you've known that, you now look at what is your purpose for this book. Is it to solve a particular problem in that area that you found? Is it to give advice in that area? Or is it to, if it's to do with personal development, is it to help people reach a particular goal? Or is it to bring a solution to a particular problem that you found? Or is it to help someone build their business, or even to help you build your business? Or is it to introduce freedom in a particular area? So what is the why of the opportunity that you found? You can easily source out a topic from your passion and your space once you know your why. So once you've understood and you've found your why, you can have a topic or a title for your particular book because you've understood your why properly and you found out what it is that you want to write about. The second key is knowledge. You must acquire the relevant information for your book. I call this part the planning and the research part, whereby you need to plan and do the research for your particular book so that you can breeze when it comes to writing that book. So you need to be clear on who you're writing your book for. Once you've understood your why, you found your opportunity. So now, who is your target audience? Who is this book for? Who are you writing it for? What do they want? What do they need? Who are the people you're writing this book for? Is it adults? Is it young people? Is it youth? Is it men or are they women? Are they single? Are they married? Who are the people you're writing for and what are they looking for in that particular book? What will they find the answers to in that book when they read it? What do they know? What do they think they know? What do they need to know when they pick up that book? So these are things you need to make sure you find out first, even before you start writing. Even before you start writing. Explore your passions further. You could also look at the field of work that you work in and probably do some research within that area, or the business that you run. You can research more on that particular business and write about that to help other people who are in that same space as you. Also, you can look at, okay, what can you offer to people or to clients? Or you can even get personal. You can write about your personal life. Look back at what you've been through and how that can be of help to other people out there. You can also engage your expertise. What skills do you have? What skill set do you have that can help others improve in that area? And you can research other topics that you like reading about and you can write about those topics. So you don't even have to be the originator of that particular niche. You can, so many people have written books that they did not have the information themselves. They read it in a book and they just rewrote it. So you can research other topics that you've read and you can rewrite on that topic and just put a spin on it. You just put a spin on it and then you make it yours. You make it your own. You could explore other book titles on the same particular topic that you want to write about. You could also conduct interviews with experts in your field. So if you're in a particular field, find out those who are experts in that field, interview them. Once you've interviewed them, transcribe that interview and turn it into a book. Or you could be interviewed yourself by a friend or family member, and you can use that to write your book. So those are ways that you can research a particular topic that you want to write about. And then the last one is taking action. Taking action. Do what's needed to getting your idea out of your head onto paper and into a book. After you've found the opportunity, you've done your research, now you need to take action. You need to move and do whatever is needed to make sure that that book gets done. That book has to be done. You need to make sure you take action. Take action. So guys, have you been enjoying this so far? Let me know. Let me know. Communicate with me. Let me know what you're gaining from this. Let me know if this is vibrant, if it's something that you're learning from. Okay, I'll keep going. I was waiting to see if anyone was going to write some messages and let me know if they're enjoying this, but let me know. Let me know. Okay, so take action. Take action. Take action. Okay, so developing your ideas. When it comes to taking action, the first thing you need to do is find your writing space. Find your writing space. Where do you want to sit down and write your book? Where do you want to sit down and actually write that book after you've found your opportunity and you've gained the knowledge? Where do you want to sit down and write the book? Once you've found your writing space, then you need to set a deadline. When do you want to finish this particular book? Like I said with me, that I set a deadline to my new book, How to Write a Book Fast, and I made sure that I finished it within 2 days, because I set that deadline that this is a short book and it has to be done within 48 hours. And it was done because I had my writing space and I set my deadline. I'd done my research and I wrote my book and it was done. So you need to find your writing space. Find the room you want to go into, or if you want to go to the park where you can gain more ideas just by looking at nature, that's fine. Go there, sit down, write your book, but set a deadline. You must set a deadline. Don't just say, I'm going to write, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks later, 4 or 5 months later, you've not finished your book because there's no deadline. So set a deadline to your book. Once you've set a deadline, you've got your writing space, then now you need to find your particular topic that your book is actually going to be about. Even though you found an opportunity, but you've not actually chosen your topic. You've done research, but you still haven't chosen your particular topic that you want to write about. So the first thing you need to do is find a word or a sentence that is related to the book you want to write. So if it's on personal development, I can say something like, a word could be success, and I just have to write down success. But don't use a laptop. When it comes to this particular exercise, make sure you use a piece of paper, or best use Post-it notes. Write down a word or some words that are related to your particular book. But for this is, I'll say no, write down one word or a sentence or a topic that's related to the book that you want to write. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Sletta and D. Thank you very much. Very structured and beneficial, very helpful to me, very useful. Thank you very much. Okay. So after that, you want to mind map your book. Mind map your book. These are things I'm going to be talking about more on the program that I offer. This is what I used to write my book, How to Write Your Book Fast, and of my other books as well. And this is what I offer on my program, The Author Experience, which I'm going to be talking about. So mind mapping your book. Once you have your first word, so like I said, the word could be success. Now you can see in that diagram of the mind mapping that the first word is consulting. And now through consulting, you have been able to relate other words that associate itself with consulting. So now you can have chapters or topics on each particular word that is related to the main word of the book you're trying to write. So expert advice, performance, plans, efficiency, organizations, improvement, project management, processes, organization, strategy. So those are different topics that can be in the book and even on different chapters of the book. So once you've got down your first words, you now need to mind map your book. When you mind map your book, you're able to just flow and bring out so many ideas that is related to your book. And through that, you finish your book within time. because you have so much ideas that you can write about just by mind mapping your book. It's a powerful tool, guys. I'm telling you, it's a powerful tool. It's helped me, it's helped most of my clients, and it's helped so many other people that I know. So mind mapping your book is awesome. Once you've now finished mind mapping your book, group those ideas and outline your book. Group those ideas, outline your book, and organize them so that you know what goes where and what you're going to write about in each chapter, in each section. So you can see on this particular table that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So those 4 rows have been organized into probably different chapters or different sections of what the particular book will be about. So you need to organize everything that you've mind mapped. So you can now get your book title just from doing that. You can get your book title, you can get your topics from that, you can get your chapters, your sub chapters, you can get your sections in the book, your subsections. So you can see how powerful this tool is by when you mind map and outline your book. This is better than just saying, I'm going to write my book. Okay, I'm going to the laptop, and you just start writing. You're just going to be everywhere. There's no organization. There's no planning, so you don't know what goes where. But once you've sat down to plan your book, then your writing becomes easy. And this helps with the starting to your book. Once you finish mind mapping and grouping your ideas, you're on your way to writing your book, because now you have everything in front of you and you can just go on your laptop and begin to write, because now you know what you're writing about. Now you understand what you're writing about. So those are the three keys to a successful book. When you understand how to find your opportunity, finding a gap in the market, exploring your passion and knowing your why, then from there, you're able to research and know what you want to talk about in your book, and then you take action. That's it. The 3 successful keys: opportunity, knowledge, action. Opportunity, knowledge, action. That's it. You find your opportunity, you acquire the knowledge that's necessary for your book, and you go and you take action. Let it happen. Make it happen, guys. That's how it is. That's what you need to do in order to write your book fast. In order to write that book fast within 90 days or less, it's best to have a plan, get it out of your head onto paper and into a book. Okay. This is a testimonial from one of my clients. Her name is Ola Adeniyi. And she says, the preparation and writing of my first book, starting a wedding planning career with limited funds, has been a fantastic opportunity. Working with Teal Consultancy has been a great pleasure. These coaching sessions were of quality, with support and direction throughout the process, from writing to printing, and finally releasing this book within its time frame, which has been a result of a successful outcome. She came to me with an idea that she wanted to write a book regarding a particular field, which she does. She's a wedding planner, and she says she wants to write a book about wedding planning and how you can start it with limited funds. When we finished the coaching, she was done within less than 60 days. Her book was written, her book was printed and published within 60 days. Within 60 days, because she had a plan and she followed through. So that's Ola Adeyemi. Another client, Priska. I loved Priska because She was so organized. I was just like, wow, this lady is awesome. Her organization skills were just excellent. Excellent. She said, what an amazing experience it's been with TL Consultancy. I'm privileged and grateful for the wonderful support. I'm glad I went ahead with a book coach as I learned so much. I was surprised at how quickly I was able to put a book together in less than 90 days proposed. Tunji Ogunjimi was able to answer all my questions and helped boost my confidence whenever I felt demotivated. She's someone that's shy and she wasn't sure if she could write that book. But I had to make sure that I got her to the point where she believed that she's got what it takes to write the book. And with the coaching that she had, she was able to finish this book way before time, within 90 days. En Route to Destiny, an awesome book it is about her life experience and, how she's gone through so many things and now she's living the life of her dreams and doing what she wants to do. So it's possible, guys, to write a book within a certain amount of time and make it happen. It's possible. It's possible. Okay, another client. This is the last one I will show you today. I learned a lot from the coaching sessions with Tunji Ogunjimi as he had recommendations for each step I needed to take. My overall experience with TL Consultancy was great as the coach was very knowledgeable on overcoming the writer's block, encouraging and funny too, which makes people less nervous. I personally would recommend TL Consultancy to any first-time writer or someone who would like to self-publish their book. This is Anne Poen. She was someone that she was just scared. That was it. She was scared and nervous when it came to, putting pen to paper. Because of the things she's been through in life, she wasn't sure if she could actually write about it. Because this book is about her personal, struggles and what she has been through. So that's why it's called Take Off the Mask, Stop Pretending. She says she's been through so much and she was just pretending to be someone who she wasn't. And she wants to help people understand, just be you and don't pretend anymore. So these are, testimonies from clients that I've worked with. There are many more, but I can't put everything on the webinar. We don't have enough time for that, so I can't put all the testimonials on the webinar, but I just chose these three to be able to talk about with you guys. So guys, it's possible for you to write that book in 90 days. So, okay. So I present to you the Author Experience, a 90-day book coaching program consisting of 11 modules that will take you from idea to manuscript to published author in 12 weeks or less. In 12 weeks or less. And that is in 90 days or less, guys. You've heard it from, the clients that I've worked with. You can write that book in the time frame that you would want to if you put your mind to it. If you do what's needed, you would definitely write that book. Okay, just before I go on with that, let me take another poll. So guys, I would love you to answer this. With what you've known now, can you get started and finish within 90 days with your book? With the information that I've shared with you tonight, do you think you can get started and finish your book within 90 days? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on this poll, and then I'll continue. Wow, 100% yes. Okay, that's good. Can you do me another favor All right, in the question box, why do you say yes? Why do you say yes? What makes you say yes? Just before I continue, what makes you say yes, guys? Let me see your answers in the question box. What makes you say yes? What makes you say yes? Just before I go on with the author experience, the coaching program that I want to offer to you tonight, what makes you say yes that you can finish that book within 90 days? Okay, waiting. Just before I continue, anyone? Okay. What makes you say yes to knowing that you can start and write that book? Okay, not sure why I'm not seeing any answers, but I'll continue. Okay, guys, so the author experience, a 90-day book coaching program that will take you from idea to manuscript and even to published author in 12 weeks or less. Okay, I have a structure to work with. Okay, because I am now highly educated and inspired to do so. Wow, that's good, Christy. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, D. Thank you, D. Okay, so this is the program that I'm offering, which will be launching soon. Is a more updated version than what my clients have been on. So this is a new version that I'm offering, and it will be launching soon, very soon. So tonight I'm offering this to you, a 90-day book coaching program. It consists of 11 modules that ensures that you move from idea to manuscript to published author within 12 weeks or less. 12 weeks or less. So guys, what do you think should be the price on this? What do you think should be the price on this? Because I know if you do go through this, there's no way you will be able to write your book way before 90 days. I'm telling you that, because this system works. With what I've showed you tonight, it works. Slatter, I have many notes just to need to use them. I already have the most important. Wow, that's good. That's good. It's always good to take notes when you're on webinar. Okay, so guys, what do you think the price should be? What do you think the price should be for this? Let me see what you think. Let me see what you think. Anyone? Anyone? Just before I move forward. Oh, Josephine, you're on. Thank you for, I didn't even know you were on. Wow, this is very helpful, Tunji. Thank you very much. So what do you think the price should be for this? Okay, let me move on. So, just for a limited time only, you've got 72 hours. Just for a limited time only, this offer will go. It's normally going to go for $497, but today is going at £97 only. £97. That's all it's going for today, £97. And it will be launching very, very soon, as you can see. It will be launching very, very soon. So make sure you lock your spot today. Lock in your spot today. Lock in your spot today. I have the notes and research, and will need to just take action. That's it. You need to just take action. And it's always good to, get a coach that can help you make sure that happens. So guys, special offer today. Special offer is £97. £97. That's the special offer today. That's a special offer today. Okay, so what do you get? A 12-week training program, 11 modules of PowerPoint slides, videos, and worksheets, a one-on-one or one-to-one strategy call via phone or Skype. If you're not in the UK, then we could do via Skype. If you're in the UK, we can definitely speak on phone or Skype if you prefer. Access to the members area, invites to live webinars, access to the Facebook group whereby you can, communicate with different people in that community. Full support to the end of your book. Definitely full support to the end of your book and direct contact with me. That's what you would get. You would get direct contact with me, definitely. And for those that take action, for the first 10 people that take action on this, you will have a one-to-one free 30-minute strategy call with me. If you take action today, you have a one-to-one free strategy call with me, which is valued at £250, which I normally charge for being on call with someone for a strategy call. And another value is a free copy of my new book. I will send you a free copy of my new book, How to Write Your Book Fast, which will even help you further. Because what I've spoke about today is just a tiny little bit, but the book goes into much more detail, and the course goes into much more detail, and you'll be able to write your book fast. So guys, this is the offer today, but we can take questions if anyone has any questions. So please do write your questions. How do I get it in Nigeria? Okay, well, it's an online course, so you can access it online. It's an online course, so you can access it online. If you go to the page right now, you'll be able to sort out the payments, and it's an online course, so when it's live, everything is online. So you have access to internet because you're on the webinar right now, so that means you have access to the course because everything is going to be online, and that's how you could have access to it in Nigeria. So guys, if you have any questions, let's shoot ahead. Come on, we've still got about 10 more minutes to go just before we finish. So let's take some questions. And guys, take action. Take action. If you do a one-to-one strategy call with me, that will even speed up the process because I'll be able to give you some good tips on what you need in order to, get started with that book. So take action, guys, and I will send you a copy of my new book, How to Write Your Book Fast, and that will definitely help you to move forward. So does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Any questions, guys? I'm still here. We're still live. Speak to me, whatever you want to ask me regarding what you've learned today, or what was spoken about today, or anything else about the training, what else it involves. If you want to ask me more about it, come on, you can ask. You can, throw questions at me, and let's do this before we finish off today. No questions, guys? Still waiting for someone to ask a question. Let me know what you want to find out about the training or anything to do with what was spoken about on today's webinar. Any question, anyone? So guys, it's time to take action. I love action takers. You know, once you take action, you show that you're ready to do this, even though you're ready to write that book. Just imagine that you start writing your book now, and by the end of this year, your book is written. It's published, it's in your hands. You're able to speak at different events just because of your book. You're able to gain more credibility just because you have your name on your book. You can call yourself a published author. And because you've written that one book, then who knows how many more books you will write. But it's time to take action. You need to make sure that you take the first step and make this happen. Make this happen, guys. Let's do this. Let's get you started on that journey to becoming an author now. Get you started on that journey to writing that book. When does this end? Are you talking about the offer or the webinar? The offer ends in 48 hours. In 48 hours, Sam. Anyone else has a question? Anyone else got a question? Still got a few more minutes just before we end this webinar. Let me know your thoughts on the webinar. Let me know what you want to find out. Ask me something. Let me know what you want to find out about the course or about what we've spoken about today. If you've not understood anything, you know, ask a question. Ask a question. And guys, if you come on to the course, 30 days money back guarantee, even though it's not what you want and it's not produced what you expect, you get your money back. You definitely get your money back. So guys, it's time to take action. I love action takers. Let's make this happen. Let's see you becoming an author. You know, just dream about you writing that book in the next 30 to 90 days. Do you plan to repeat this training on what? On a webinar, you mean? Not anytime soon. Like I said, this offer is only for today. The offer will go to its normal price. So today you can get the offer for £97. The next webinar is not scheduled until a few more weeks. And that's a while. But you can only get this offer today. Can I explain more about writer's block? Okay. So writer's block basically is when you start writing and you get stuck. You start writing, you get stuck, and you don't know how to continue. You don't know what else to write. That's basically what the writer's block is. But once you come into the course, I'll give you some techniques and ways in which you can overcome the writer's block. But that's what stops so many people from, finishing their book, because they have writer's block. But there's always ways and techniques in which you can finish and overcome that actual problem. Any more questions, anyone? We're going to be closing this webinar soon. Okay, guys, it looks like there's no more questions. Thank you to those that have taken action. Thank you. I can't wait to see you on the course and help you to get started on your journey to becoming an author within 90 days. It's always good to take action, guys. Thank you for being on this webinar. That's a sign of you taking action, for actually registering and actually showing up on the webinar. So many people showed up, so many people signed up, but not so many people showed up. So when you show up, you're taking action. So that's what it's about. So thank you for signing up and showing up. So guys, do feel free to email me at tunji.toconsultancy.com if you have any other questions. If you have any other questions, just email me. I'll write it here. toconsultancy.com. Thank you very much once again. And to those who took action, that's so great. And I look forward to seeing you on the author experience, whereby you become an author within 90 days. Guys, it was a pleasure having this time with you and sharing this valuable information with you. And I look forward to your feedback. So please make sure you send me an email and let me know the feedback about the webinar, and we will definitely talk again soon. Thank you very much, and bye for now. Bye, guys.